Welcome everybody to the Onward VR Master League Season 11 Week 6 Button Cup between Peacekeepers and Silent Purge. I'm your host, Trip. I'm joined by my co-caster, Wookie, and on the analyst desk we have Etch as well on voice. How are you guys doing today?
I'm doing a fantastic trip. I can't wait for this matchup today between North America and EU. It's going to be one heck of a doozy.
Who are you voting
exciting.
for?
Well, you know, I'm going to be honest. My money's on Silent Purge. How about you, Etch?
It's going to be tough. Both of these teams coming off of strong games. Silent Purge just coming off of beating beginners, and Peacekeepers coming off of a tough game with Ember. I honestly am conflicted.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to be a crazy matchup. And what's interesting to me, Trip, if you wanted to talk about bans, is that Peacekeepers have banned Quarantine. That's correct, right? Quarantine was the ban?
Yes.
I find that so interesting. I thought Peacekeepers are pretty good at Quarantine. I mean, they've had I don't know, decent. Oh wait. Oh yeah, Quarantine is. Never mind. I rechecked my notes here, and they don't have the best statistics on Quarantine. So definitely a ban out of weakness there for Peacekeepers, and then Silent Purge coming in with the ban for Snow Peak. Now, Silent Purge have played Snow Peak before and they won, but they've only played it one time, and they probably just don't feel like testing their luck on that map. And another ban out of weakness between these two teams. But do you want to talk about the first map that we're going to play on today?
Yeah, map number 1 is actually going to be the new map. Sand. No, not Sand. Shipyard. It's going to be Shipyard. Another new map. And you know, I was thinking about the ban. That's what caught me there. Peacekeepers banning Quarantine might have something to do with yesterday's match with Silent Purge and beginners.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, they were watching the tape for sure, and Silent Purge playing pretty well on Quarantine and beating Silent Purge on that map, if I recall correctly. It was a close one, though. I mean, it kept going to these round 7 deciders, but they still, at the end of the day, they beat that team on that map. And I mean, Shipyard is still just getting fleshed out. I feel like in the league, people are still discovering new things on this map and trying out new theories on strategies. So, you know, they just must. Being a home team, Peacekeepers chose Shipyard, and I don't know. They must feel really confident on this map today.
What are your thoughts on Shipyard?
Going back to earlier this week, you know, watching that game, they had a really good game against Ember on Shipyard. If not for a cap, I think that game could have gone differently, and Peacekeepers could have won it. They looked strong on offense and defense, knowing the choke points, knowing the angles, all of that. So they'll be ready for it. But I'm sure that Silent Purge will be as well.
Has Silent Purge played this in a league match?
They have. They did not win.
Was that in yesterday? That was in yesterday's match, right? Against beginners? Yeah. That was the very first map of yesterday's.
Yes.
So maybe maybe that's why we're seeing these picks. Maybe Peacekeepers are just playing off of, well, if beginners could do it, we could do it too.
Yeah, exactly. And again, like you pointed out, Trip, you know, if it wasn't for that one cap, I think Peacekeepers would have won this map potentially. They were looking pretty good on it, and Silent Purge, I hope they did their homework on this map, because you just know that Peacekeepers have definitely put the legwork in on this one.
And let's see, we don't actually, are we looking at a rehost right now? I think we are.
It's an empty lobby.
You're right, we are looking at a rehost.
I was gonna say, we might have everybody in the lobby ready to go, and I was gonna go through active rosters, but we can just talk about their rosters on the website. We've got, for Peacekeepers, Seaquick, Nardu, Virus, Captain Soda, Diesel, their newest pickup, Fume, Rushers, and Squirfy. And Silent Purge has Dom Patron, Button UK, Hoochie UK, Malno, Scorpio, Bobby Ain't Sad, Jay, and Sri Lankan.
Who will be playing today? That's the question. Which I think we'll find out pretty soon here. We're just waiting for the map to get hosted. Yeah, so bear with us, folks.
Seems we might have had some technical difficulties on the players' side, but that's okay.
Oh. Okay, they changed.
Map
they changed
number
maps on
1
us.
is changing.
Map. It is changed to Quest.
Oh, right. I can explain that. The reason is this is a button cut match from technically week 5. The pool is from last week's map pool, which did not have Shipyard in it.
I was wondering about that. Thank you for explaining that.
So we're going
all of our
to
viewers.
USS Quest, which was in last week's map pool.
That makes more sense. And I mean, the stats for this are a little different. For the Silent Purge team, they have never played this map in the league. I don't know how they pulled that off.
Never? Yeah, I know, right? Never?
Never.
Wow.
Never. So this will be interesting because Peacekeepers have played it 3 times and won them twice. So, yeah.
This is a strength of Peacekeepers for sure. They're good on this map. So I guess we'll see how Silent Purge are on it since nobody knows.
Yeah. They could come out on top. They could pull, a wild card, ace up their sleeve. They've never played it, but they're just epic at it. I can't say that
Yeah.
I've even played against them on it. I don't know.
There is one map listed as other, but I don't think it's USS Quest under Purge's history. Oh, another thing to point out, this is the first time Silent Purge and Peacekeepers have ever played each other, so I don't know. I'm expecting fireworks today.
Yeah.
A lot
Yeah, I
of
wonder if
unknown
maybe-
variables.
Did they
yeah.
play at the season 10 playoffs? They might have. I don't know actually.
I know they were both in it. I don't know if they played each
Yeah.
other because of how the round robin and then the finals work. They might have been in opposite pools.
That's true. There is another untold storyline here that is that in the off season, Peacekeepers took away 2 of Silent Purge's players in Sri Lankan and Rushers. Sri Lankan has found his way back to Silent Purge, so I did see both of them hop in the lobby. So there's a storyline to watch of maybe these players are gonna get one back at their former teams.
I will say that's impressive. I mean, maybe Sri Lankan's just giving those Peacekeeper strats away. Maybe Silent Purge paid him off.
Yeah, I mean they both should know each other well, right? They haven't played each other, but they know each other well because of that.
And it looks like we're having another rehost. A couple of tech difficulties on lobby creation here.
It wouldn't be Onward without tech difficulties.
Just forgetting to
Little tech
check some
difficulties.
boxes, it happens to
Yeah.
the best of us.
Yeah,
But
I
we-
think it still doesn't default to 6 minutes on comp lobbies, for example. So that usually gets people every time.
Every time. It is worth pointing out if you don't set it to 6 minutes and you play, I think it's 2 rounds. If you play 2 rounds, no one notices or complains, then you are forced to continue playing with a 5-minute timer.
Oh, I didn't know
I'm
that.
not certain on that, but I believe that is the case, as it had happened at some point this season.
I could see that being a thing. I could see it. Okay, I think everyone is here, looking good. Do you want to talk about official lineup this time? Currently, the players listed on the lobby. For Peacekeepers, we have Nardu, Virus, Captain Soda, Seaquick, and Rushers. For the Silent Purge side, we have Sri Lankan, Scorpio, Dom Patron, Dolflossi, and Hoochie today. So a lot of the OGs, I would say, on both teams today.
Yeah, those Silent Purge players have been around for a decent time. Silent Purge, I believe, starting in season 2 or 3?
Yeah, they've been around forever.
Season 3. So a couple of years. Man, it's crazy to think. We've been playing this. Season 3 was 2017, and it is now 2021.
It's just
Now,
mind-blowing.
If my math is correct, that's like 4 years. I don't know if the stream could hear that, but Etch did say that Silent Purge is very aggressive, but so is Peacekeepers. And, you know, we always talk about, do you play to your strengths? Do you play against the opponent's weaknesses? Do you play your play style based on what the opponent plays? Is Silent Purge going to be a little bit more laid back and restrained, or are they going to get aggressive, meet aggression with aggression, and show us? I mean, those are my favorite matches to watch. Epic aggression is the only way. And we're hopping into round number 1 on map number 1. So buckle up, strap in. If you're in venues, grab some popcorn. Silent Purge starting on the defense here. Dawn and Scorpio both pushing up aggressively. This is the most capped objective on this map, I believe. It's just so far up on the level. Dawn and Scorpio both looking for easy kills, quick kills. Quick throws some flashes out. Soda does manage to clear out Scorpio. And now Quick's pushing up onto the objective in a gunfight with Dawn. They trade. Captain Soda gets Hoochie. Sri Lankan on the middle, picks up 1. Flossie's making his rotations back to objective. Soda takes down Shri. And Flossie's not ready for it. In the middle of throwing a grenade, Rushers gets him. And Peacekeepers take their first point.
That was really fast. I didn't even have time to speak at all. Etch, if you weren't busy fixing your mic, do you want to take a look and analyze that? What just happened?
Yeah, I mean, that was aggression at its finest. And Trip, your point about this being a cappable objective, that, you know, Silent Purge had to push out to get on the other side of the objective and prevent that cap. And it's still a win to, you know, take that and not give up a cap there, I think.
Yeah, no, that, like you pointed out, Trip, it is the most capable objective, and it is so pushed forward for Volk to get a foothold on that position is actually quite difficult. So Marsoc can easily just kind of sway Volk's attention, and like all you need is a couple picks if the defenders only put 2 on the objective, and next thing you know, you have an open objective, and you're gonna get capped on, and it's just a very stressful objective to defend, but a very fun objective to attack on Marsoc.
So I think a lot of what it is when I've played this one and obviously gotten capped on it, so I know that it's not a great one to play on. You hear it. You hear the objective. And on other maps, when you hear the objective, you're close to it. But because of how close this map is, you hear the objective pretty much from anywhere. You can hear it all the way on the opposite side. So, like, if we're over here, we can still hear the objective. And, you know, by superstructure. So you're like, oh, okay, we're good. It's, you know, I'm close to it. But what you don't realize is it's actually more forward than you think, and it's exposed. It's so easy to just make a nice line. You just kind of weave through the cover and get to objective. And if you don't have people on it, or if you don't know your people on it go down, you're going to get capped on very quickly, especially from these two teams that can cap in sub 3 seconds. And now we kick off round number 2. Let's see. It looks like the defense from Peacekeeper is going to be the same, or mostly the same, moving up to those same positions Soda and Quick are. But Quick actually going to be pushing farther forward with that C4.
Hoochie going down to Soda. Sorry, other way around. Soda got picked off on objective. Hoochie finding that pick. Oh, Nardo takes out Scorpio, I think over in a red lane. Lots of smokes coming out here on objective. Sequel kind of in the ambush position, just getting ready to like blow that C4 and take out. He doesn't find anyone. Does use that C4. Dom Patron just needs to find that pick on the C-Quick.
Rushers gets
Not
Flossy.
looking. Nice crash on objective by Peacekeepers, taking out the last attacker.
Don there pushing up onto objective was tunnel visioned into the last person that shot at him, but that doesn't work because there were still 4 alive and he couldn't watch all of his angles at the same time.
Yeah, Rushers was a fantastic round there, picking up 3, kind of just swinging back and forth in these long angles, and then, yeah, they couldn't get that pick onto C-Quick, and he flanked around the backside, and really good positions from Peacekeepers.
It's interesting that so many teams are putting guys to attack red lane and defend it. I mean, when those objectives that are so pushed out and kind of exposed on the flight deck, it's kind of interesting to see like teams dedicate so many defenders to that other lane. But it's been working out for Peacekeepers in this case. They had a good rotation back towards objective once they had a good kill count, and that's something that you only see from practiced, experienced teams. Silent Purge have to like really start getting some numbers on the board here, otherwise this might go heavily in Peacekeepers' favor.
Yeah, Silent Purge only has 4 kills total. So they definitely need to get a couple more picks. We are moving objectives now towards the... I'm going to require my co-casters to learn ship terms, nautical terms. This would be the starboard side bow objective. Just saying.
I know my directions, actually. You'll be happy to know. Yeah, no, we have this objective here. Hopefully our audience knows this. On the port side of the ship.
No, it's the bow. Or it's the starboard side. The front of the ship is on the south.
No.
Yes. Superstructure's
No.
on port side.
Oh, it is? Oh.
I think so. I don't know. We're moving into the round.
That's backwards.
Peacekeepers are rolling in aggressively. They've got smokes mid-map, all pushing up, all right through the middle except for Nardu.
Behind the green container right side.
I think this pushed up position by Scorpio is going to have to really pay off for Silent Purge here. Lots of flashes going off, like, my goodness, so many flashes. Hoochie finally killing C-Quick. Soda and Hoochie end up trading. They're only downed though. Scorpio comes for the swing and takes out Rushers, and just like that, Silent Purge got a point on the board.
And that was a fast round. It feels like that was a flashbang round. I saw at least 4 or 5 flashes that got different players there, and the kills came out with those flashes. And then to close it off into a 1.5v1, and Rushers going for the res, but Scorpio knowing where that exchange happened, comes around the corner, cleans it up. So that was a good round for Silent Purge there.
Yeah, it was. I had a feeling that Scorpio's position would really pay off, and I never would have expected so many flashbangs to get thrown. And on top of it, like, I feel like for the amount of flashbangs thrown, that the whole server should have been blind at that point. But it's amazing that they were able to get kills shortly after that. I mean, for a moment there, it was looking like Silent Purge had the upper hand, Peacekeepers, and then Silent Purge just coming back, swinging out of nowhere, getting 3 kills, and then just closing out the round, man. That was crazy fast.
All right, so after looking at the ship, you are correct. North is the bow. South is the stern.
See, I know my ships, Trip. I know my ships.
The ship does not have an engine, though. There's no propeller. There's no prop, so it's not going to go anywhere in the tub.
For some reason, the elevator's at the bow. I don't know why.
But here we go.
Anyways, you can't expect 3D modelers to know everything about the thing they're modeling. Some last minute call outs on positions going out by Peacekeepers. Looks like they're gonna get really pushed up. Pushing way past objective. Gonna get a little forward foothold. Makes sense, I guess, but Silent Purge opting to be dedicated to this whole red lane push. Flashes do come out from Virus. It's an offensive defense player. Wow, that I could have worded that better. Oh, Nardu gonna find a down with that C4. It's gonna take out Hoochie. Flossie and Scorpio not there, not ready on the refrag. They were throwing utility. Doesn't find Nardu. Meanwhile, Don Patron over here going up against Virus and Captain Soda. Oh, Flossie just nails Nardu. Is that a shotgun?
Nardu was actually looting the body, and Flossie heard it and charged him.
Virus pops out in that forward defensive position. Is Sri Lankan going to be ready for it? Walks right past Virus. Oh, and Sri Lankan takes him out. Captain Soda is going to be right here, not ready for Sri Lankan, but I got reversed. Sri Lankan was not ready for Soda. Now it's a 1v3 situation for Silent Purge.
Scorpio coming right towards objective, and he's going to be split. Callouts from... Where did... Never mind. I heard Seaquick, and I didn't see him. I thought he just like ran away from the objective. I heard the call out one approaching, and then I didn't see where it came from.
Yeah, Seaquick told rushers that he was being pushed, and that helped rushers out get that trade. But man, Sri Lankan with, you know, he Virus missed his shots. Sri Lankan, you know, knows where he is, comes out on top, and then pushed objective, and could have found himself a second and possibly a third kill if he was prepared. But that felt like a shifting factor right there, making it a 3v1 instead of a 2v2 there.
Yeah, I thought Soda was done for sure. I thought Sri Lankan was going to push that barrier and just come around the corner and take him out and cap. Unfortunately, did not play out that way, but it was set up perfectly for that exact situation.
Soda's actually leading the kill feed here, so with 7 and 2, followed up by rushers with 5 and 3.
Yeah, you know, Silent Purge, they probably didn't want to play this map, and they probably banned it thinking, oh, we have the new map pool to play with, not realizing that we have to play the old map pool. So this will be interesting. I think this has kind of caught Silent Purge on the back foot here. I don't think they were prepared to play this map, just because I think they tended to ban it in the last pool the past few weeks. So yeah, I mean, this will be really tough for Silent Purge to overcome this. I mean, we're at match point now for Peacekeepers, so we'll see how this round plays out.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but the bans, Quarantine and Snowpeak, were in map pool. Like, they didn't waste a ban, right? Banning a map pool 2 map.
No, they did not. Those are always in the map pool, I think. Yeah, they were both there. All right.
Flossie pushing up aggressively on that red lane with that shotgun, waiting for some footsteps.
Oh, Quick and Flossie just a little confused on the location of that positioning. Does open up the red lane though for C-Quick to push.
Sri Lankan and Soda trading rounds. Virus pushing up onto his container. He can't really go anywhere, and as he rotates away, he goes down to Virus. Scorpio still here.
C-Quick. Oh, C-Quick was ready for that. Don Patron better be ready for C-Quick. Oh, he's not. Yes, I take it back. He is, but Virus will shoot Don Patron in the back, and Peacekeepers take map 1 4-1.
And dominant round for Peacekeepers there to finish with 3 strong, and they're winning this on angles and aggression. You know, they came prepared for this, and Sri Lankan there, you know, he was trading shots with Captain Soda, and Virus knew exactly where he was, trapped him in that container, and yeah, really good push from them. Started off with a 4v4, and they brought it back and finished it with 3 up.
We're moving on to that map 2. Who wants to announce this one? Anybody? Nobody? We're not going to map 2. I lied.
We're going to a true tested classic map in Downfall. I did not expect this one.
I didn't either, but this is a Silent Purge favorite if I remember their playstyle. Although things have changed so much throughout the seasons that I don't know if the historical facts are continuing to be accurate, you know?
I mean, the Silent Purge I saw yesterday, that was an aggressive, fast-moving Silent Purge. But hey, yeah, you might be right. Maybe they still love this map and you know, want to take away the strength from Peacekeepers and play some old tricks.
Yeah, this will be an interesting map. I mean, especially considering that it's just night and day difference between Quest, right? It's massively expanded, very long range engagements, and you got those dark rooms, those windows that have no real backlighting in some cases, so it's very hard to see some defenders, you know, sneakily watching certain lines. So this is a completely different ball game here for Peacekeepers against Silent Purge, which is, you know, one of Silent Purge's stronger maps, as we just pointed out. They currently have, in all of their history of playing, you know, they have about a 54% win rate, but they've played it 46 times. For Peacekeepers, they've only played Downfall 12 times, and they've only won half. So Silent Purge technically have statistically the upper hand here, but the game has changed a lot, and you know, I'm seeing new tactics on these large maps like every other week. It's just kind of crazy, especially with that new objective on the east. That'll get a little dicey for teams if they do get that objective. Personally, not a fan of that objective in its current state.
We've also got new spawns, including for this objective that we have. We're starting with the Heli 2-story objective, and you can now spawn in the canyon next to White House, and that really kind of changes up how aggressive your defense could be.
Yeah, no, without a doubt. And I mean, this is, yeah, I don't know. This will be a crazy match. I really don't think, I don't think it's going to go too far in either direction. I think it's going to be a very close map 2, and I think it might end up in a round 7, just a series decider.
I do want to point out that we have a sub on the Silent Purge side. Flosty switching out for Button UK now.
Oh.
I can't really use a
The
shotgun
master.
on
Yeah.
Downfall, right?
Oh, we've seen it before.
Isn't Button UK the reason we have Button Cup?
He is. That is correct.
Yeah. So Button is the reason we can't have nice things on the NA side of things. No, I'm just kidding.
It's true. This is accurate. We're hopping in round 1. Silent Purge spawning on the northeast Villa. Virus running across, not getting picked up. Everyone making it into their designated defensive positions there.
I'm in a good spot already.
Virus just gonna tuck in as far as he can't make it into the building, so he's just tucked into the corner and waiting while the rest of the team cover him. Take a look at the overhead. Silent Purge haven't really pushed out from their spawn yet. They're starting to make their flanks around to the south. And for this objective in particular, I feel like you need that southern approach, especially because it's easier to cap this one from inside downstairs basement, which you can approach from the street. So if you can clear Center Hotel and Rusher's position here at the Heli Bungalow, you can move up to objective a lot easier. And Silent Purge just kind of waiting still, it looks like. Looking for those angles. Peacekeepers playing this smart. They are tucked in on their buildings, and they are not peeking. They're just waiting. Got ourselves a Mexican standoff.
Yeah, nothing really going on yet. Both teams still trying to get, well, actually just Silent Purge trying to move into position for an attack. They just, I think they're waiting for Scorpio in the south to just kind of get into position and maybe be a flanker while the other four remaining members just kind of push on objective and take on this defense head first. Soda does find Hoochie. It does end up in a trade. So that's 4v4 for both teams now.
Yeah, that clears out Center Hotel, which makes Scorpio's approach a lot cleaner, but he doesn't know that it was a trade because no callouts could be made. So he has to assume that there's still someone in Center Hotel. And I think
Yeah, Don and Button trying to figure out where those shots came from. I don't think they realize Center Hotel, unless someone else fired. Maybe it was Nardu. So they might be trying to figure out Nardu or Virus's position. They think someone's in the Heli 2 story, but actually Peacekeepers have opted to put no one in that building except for Seaquick, who's in the basement watching south.
Yeah, I'm wondering if Silent Purge here are waiting for the classic EU timed push, getting everyone in a position and then rolling up on objective heavy. Where did that gunshot come from? Who was that?
That was Button. He fired one round as a clear, but he's right above Virus right now. I wonder if Virus is going to get brave and push into the building, and Don will be there to get a frag on him.
3 minutes.
If he does try to do that.
Scorpio is prone and making his way across the map. Can he make it in time? If he prones from there, I'm not sure if he can make it. Rusher's now shooting at the smoke, Sri Lankan.
They're in it.
Calling out the smoke moving on its own. Not a natural phenomenon, and obviously someone is inside of that smoke.
Oh, really? I don't even see smoke.
It's gone now. Sri Lanka now hiding behind the palm tree on the north.
Oh, Rushers takes out Sri. Button's going in for that refrag. Get him, Button. There it is. I was a little worried there for a second. Button wasn't going to pre-fire. Rushers does pick up Dawn. Now it's a 2v3 situation for Silent Purge. Basically, Scorpio all the way on Center Hotel and Button are all that are up currently. Scorpio's gonna have his work cut out for him as it's like 1 minute remaining here. Button trying to figure out how to take out Nardu. He's pretty much pinched. button, pushing Nardu's position, is going to get taken out by rushers. So Scorpio's going for that refrag on West Street. Finds it. Now it's all down to Seaquick and Scorpio. Seaquick wins that one, and Peacekeepers will go up 1 point on map 1 or 2.
Yeah, that was a really good round from Silent Purge to pinch in those last 2 minutes. I think if they had known they had Center Hotel, that could have gone differently. They could have pushed more from the middle and south. But at the end, right there, I don't know if it was caught on camera, but rushers barely missed Seaquick jumping downstairs, going into the objective. If he had gotten that pick, and then he had gotten rushers, the back would have been wide open for him. But just a few seconds off there to lose that round for them.
Yeah, the push coming in at the end, like I said, I'm not personally a fan of it because obviously it just has to go right. But if you make the push at, say, 4 minutes and something goes wrong, you have time to regroup with whoever makes it out alive. That push could also go bad for you, though. I mean, you could lose your whole team at 4 minutes and lose the round. But I would rather make an approach with 5 and then regroup in an approach with 3 than waiting and trying to force an approach with, a minute 30, a minute left, and you know that they're tucked into buildings and waiting for you, which is kind of how Downfall is, right? At least it's Volk heavy for the most part. They don't have to move. They can get to their defensive positions and they can just wait for you to come to them. And so far it's worked out pretty well for Volk. We'll see if it works out for Silent Purge on round number 2. But then there's also been those sneak caps where, there's 10 people still alive, and so it can be done if you're not watching the right angles.
No, definitely. And I think you just have to more or less try to get all your teammates in a position at that 3-minute mark and then push in from there. That gives you a little bit of a buffer, right, to make some mistakes and reposition.
Bucci does pick up a Peacekeeper. Call-outs from Soda. Calling out the rock wall, which is an accurate call onto Sri Lankan. I don't know if they know Dawn is in the tower, though. Tower being a new position, maybe... I don't know. It's sometimes hard to determine the direction and distance for gunshots. And so your brain kind of assumes the most common position that you think of, right? If I'm getting shot from that general direction, it's behind that wall or it's in heli 2-story. My brain doesn't immediately go, oh, they're shooting at me from the tower. It just takes more and more time, especially, when you die from it. If you die from it once or twice, then that's where your brain will go, right? Like that's how you train yourself. You just get killed from there a couple of times, and then you realize, oh, tower is something inside of it. But
isn't that called shock therapy, Trip? You do a thing and you get zapped for it. It's kind of the same philosophy, right? You get shot from one position a few times and you're like, all right, I'm never getting shot from that position again, as far as I can help it.
The Onward electric fence, basically. Yeah, you don't grab it more than once.
Exactly.
The point, is you don't do it in a live match. You try and do that in your scrims and everything and get those patterns learned. Hoochie and Dawn both getting pickups here. Peacekeepers not able to make it out of that upper red truck building. Where is... Aha! Virus on his little run to the south. Gonna try and come up towards objective. Doesn't have a whole lot of defenders to get past to get there, but once he is on objective, he's gonna have a lot of work cut out for him. And he's putting smoke and gunshots out, which is gonna draw the attention to him. Maybe he's a distraction, but with a 2.5 men up, I don't know if a distraction in the south, giving up your secret approach is the play. There's a drone. Nardu, assuming, flying the drone. calling out positions to Virus. And Virus does get... Wait, where was Hoochie?
Oh yeah, he's
I hear a drone being flown by Peacekeepers, so maybe they're trying to guide Virus and help them navigate this defense, but everyone's in a building. There's really 0 point, in my personal opinion, to bringing a drone on downfall. You don't really gain too much intel from using it, and you kind of just waste time that could be spent getting into a better position.
Just killed a drone.
Drone is down. Dawn took it out.
So that's a tidbit of information, but again, like everyone's inside a building somewhere. You're not going to see much.
And while gunshots ringing out, let's take a look at the overhead here. And you can see, even though there's... Oh, Hoochie was dead on helicopter. So you can see, though, looking at the overhead, it's a cross on defense on the objective. And that's... I mean, that's overlapping fields of fire. You've got coverage of teammates. You can protect your teammates. People don't have to peek. That's how you play your angles. Etch knows all about that, and he can talk about it in the analyst desk in between rounds. But that's one of the reasons I love watching Kai, is they don't play the map standardized. They play off of each other's angles, and it works really well. And I think we're seeing Silent Purge do the same thing, and they're holding their positions. They're not peeking. They know they don't need to peek. The objective is covered. They have eyes on it. Nardu.
Oh, Nardu goes for the revive, and he bleeds out seconds before he gets there. Now it is officially a 2v4 for Peacekeepers. You hate to see it, folks.
And Virus has gun trained on Nardu's windows. So if he's not careful, if he doesn't know exactly where his teammate is, maybe Nardu steps into too much of a shadow and looks a little dark, he might get picked up from behind. Button now knows that someone's here and is waiting. And a trade comes out. Nardu just down, but not going to be effective for the rest of the round. 60 seconds left.
Yeah, Sri Lankan ready for Virus to come pushing in from that angle along the west street. I don't know if... I just don't think Virus is going to make it in that doorway. You also have Scorpio watching the line on that entrance into the basement.
Yeah, if he makes it in, this is a really dangerous defense, because if he takes down Sri Lankan, he can cap. He's got 30 seconds. The timer will go off in his headset, but if he can manage to take down Sri, he can get into the objective. But Scorpio putting shots onto him does pick that up before he makes it to the building. Silent Purge tied up 1-1.
Man, I love that defensive setup from Silent Purge there. They, you said it exactly right. They had the angles. They held their angles. Hoochie in the most pushed out position gets his pick. Once he gets the pick, of course, they know he's there and they come to take him out. But that's kind of the intended purpose of that role. He identified spawn. He was able to take out one. And it was so unfortunate they couldn't get that res, but the drone came out, didn't get any intel. Sri Lankan rotates into objective because of the quick cap opportunity, potential. So what do you do if, you're against a team like Peacekeepers that can do those quick sneaky caps? You just go sit on those spots, right? And they're not going to cap without going through you. So a really good defense, good rotations, good adjustment based on spawn. Solid play from them.
The only part that makes me nervous about if they can quick cap, you just sit a person on it, is if they win that trade, then that whole strategy falls apart, right? You can't defend if you have a dead guy. And so if you're relying on someone stopping it, you really are relying on your teammates. You're expecting that they can pull that trigger faster and they can win that trade.
Well, he's really a failsafe because Scorpio in North Brothel is watching the doorway. So if Scorpio goes down, they're coming from the south. Sri Lankan can be prepped and ready for it. And how often do you go into the dark corner and look for a guy literally there, right? You're looking for a guy in the windows, in the entryway, but maybe it's going to become more of a meta.
Yeah, if you get into that basement, you're probably already tab out, ready to go. You're like, this is a cap, and then you get shot from the dark corner, and you hear a chuckle as you die, Rolling into round number 3. Upper dumpster objective. Peacekeepers defending, calling out the spawns, the possible spawns, which goes to show that map knowledge and helps you plan out your strategies as you make your approaches. Rushers and Soda going to guard objective. Rushers not getting shot, so calling out that it's not north. Hoochie, however, does get Virus on his very aggressive defensive position, moving towards center bungalow.
Yeah, beautiful early pick by Silent Purge, especially with 3 in center hotel. Hoochie finds Nardu. Oh, this is not looking good for Peacekeepers. Silent Purge just, commandingly gaining ground towards this objective. And if they could get a cap in on round 3, that would be a massive, massive advantage for Silent Purge on map 2.
Yeah, so taking out Marsoc opens up this cross here from center hotel. Plus, you can see in the distance there that Dawn and Button are actually rotating around the south, so the rest of Silent Purge are waiting in center hotel. And they're going to pinch this hard. Quick in the white building has good coverage of the valley and partial coverage on objective, but really it's going to come down to Soda and Rushers.
Don shooting his pistol off from the Marsoc South building, trying to create some kind of distraction. I don't know if that really works at this high tier of play. I think everyone can identify a pistol shot and know that that's just not a threat in most cases.
If you're gonna do it, you've got to use your real rifle. You got to put it in the general direction of the enemy so that they hear the impact, they feel the impact.
Right, although maybe Dom pulled out a 1911, so they might think it's a semi-sniper. Who knows? Silent Purge do get taken out. They lose 1 member, so now it's a 4v3 situation for Silent Purge. Rushers finds Dawn quickly. Things are evening up between these teams, and we have Seaquick in the White House in the south just kind of overlooking objective, so that's definitely going to be a problem for Button that they will have to take care of.
Button aware of that position, and it's a very hard position to route out. It's easier just to ignore and come in from the north, and maybe that's what they're going to do. Button has drawn the attention of Rushers and Quick. Soda's the only one that's really defending on objective at this point. I lied. Quick has now rotated in his white building to look at objective. He knows that even if he dies, if they spend the time to attack his building, he'll hear footsteps or they'll be creeping up. And if they're creeping up at this point, they're going to run out of time. So he's really playing the map knowledge, the time, watching objective, because that's all that matters at this point. It doesn't matter if you die. But now he's going to try and peek. As I say that, as I make him look really good on stream, he decides he's going to look out the window and get shot. But he doesn't check the window. He's just there. And that position, that's what this position is really good for. It's to just slow everything down. You have to decide where to make your moves based on if you think white building is looking in your direction or not, right? Or you have to get good smokes out. Button is starting his approach onto that building, missing some more shots. Shri trying to hit Rushers in the window. Rushers, however, getting a nice re-peek onto Shri and clearing out. Center Hotel has been dropping like flies down to just Scorpio and Button. Button moving up onto Quick's position. Gonna try and clear that white building, which gives them good... It gives them really good coverage on objective as offense.
Yeah, Button's looking for Seaquick. Seaquick just announced that Button is right next to him. This might be a good distraction opportunity for Scorpio to find a pick on Soda. I see that laser train through the window kind of out in the distance. And he finds it. Beautiful headshot. That opens up Scorpio to come in and get him. Button smoking out Seaquick's position. That was a very smart play. Oh, but Rushers finds him. Meanwhile, objective is wide open. Rushers just realized that there's smoke all over it. So Seaquick rotating out, finding Scorpio, and Rushers is the one to find the headshot on Scorpio, winning the round for Peacekeepers.
Man, that was looking like such a good Silent Purge attack to start off with. They identified Virus going up to that south center bungalow, took him out, got the second pick, but with just 3 up, Peacekeepers were able to get the picks they needed to defend it. A really good 3-man setup in the end there. They played complementary positions. They rotated when they needed to. When Sequick made that call, both Soda and Rushers looked his way, supported him, and then they got the refrag onto Soda's kill. So solid 3-man defense from them.
Absolutely.
And for this particular objective, we don't really ever see a like a forceful attack onto the objective. Normally it's a sneak cap, right? We don't see Marsoc taking control and getting the objective. I just feel like it goes to show that this particular objective, but this map in general, is very full heavy. If you have a guy in upper dumpster, lower dumpster, and white building, you've got a triangle of coverage. If you're down to 2 and you've got one on objective and one in white building, you've still got full coverage of the objective. There's just so much. There's so much space, open space, that you have to cross to get to that. If you've got a guy in upper dumpster and Marsoc's north even, you've got almost full coverage on objective. Because they can watch you cross from center or from the south. There's just so much room. You have to clear all of the map. You know, coming for outward in. You can't just go for objective.
No, you're absolutely right. And I mean, I still can't get over how perfect of a setup that was looking in the last round, but can't live in the past. New round, who dis? Dom Patron taking shots at Peacekeepers at that northeast spawn, and they're gonna have to cover quite a bit of ground here. Looks like Peacekeepers opting to push for West Street control, and then from there they'll move down on objective. I mean, Peacekeepers are pretty much dedicated to this West Street attack. They've decided to go in a 4-1 split if you look at the overhead map, and it is, well, so far it's working out for them. Rushers find Sri Lankan. It's only a down, however, but he's pretty isolated. It's going to take a lot from Silent Purge to flank out and get that revive, unfortunately.
And we're seeing peak Peacekeepers here doing a 4-1 split, aggressive roll down the street in a line. I mean, one good grenade and this team's out. However, they're banking on the fact that they're just moving. If they don't stop moving, you can't pinpoint their location, and they're going to keep rolling. Quick and Rushers pushing up on the street. Rushers does get Sri Lankan, finally confirms Sri Lankan.
Okay, then yo, up to you. You deal with it then. Go back around or some shit.
Button seeing Quick and Rushers, maybe? Guarding that cross from center will tell, but no coverage on the lower dumpster from Silent Purge. Gonna leave it open a little bit. Hoochie did make a rotation to the rock wall, and he's actually really exposed, but he does get a kill on the Quick.
Hotel dead.
He's gonna have to be worried about Nardu here. Captain Soda as well with his laser trained on it. Soda's putting shots onto Hoochie. Can't find it, but the call out should have come out, and Nardu now here at the rock right behind Hoochie. Will he be ready? They just missing each other.
Ooh, Virus clears Dark Room on a beautiful M203 shot. Soda finds Hoochie. This is quickly swinging back in Peacekeeper's favor here as these two defenders are crashing back towards objective. Soda taking shots at Scorpio. Now it's just Dom Patron alive, and he just has to get taken out essentially before Peacekeepers can get into a cap position. There it is. Nardu finds Don. Man, what a round. I mean, that was really shaping up to be a strong Silent Purge defense, and it quickly swung in Peacekeepers' favor.
Yeah, that was what, a 5v3 to start off with. Silent Purge on the advantage, or 4v3. Really good attack from Peacekeepers. They love that West Road approach, and I see why. You know, there's a lot of cover. White House isn't that effective coming from that way. They can get a lot of angles and nullify some of those long positions and make it a mid-range fight, which is obviously what they want. They excel at that. They're sharpshooters. And, you know, Hoochie was an interesting spot. It was kind of surprising the last two alive were the two in Marsa. It seems to me that the risk-taking, sort of how the cards fell, didn't work out to how Silent Purge needed, because once it was down to those two, round was over. You know, they had to crash back. They were going to die. So not quite sure how it fell that way, but the one, you know, the defenders closer to objective potentially took more risk than they needed to. And now Silent Purge are on the back foot on their map choice.
Yeah, and you know, Rushers, I'm just looking at the scoreboard here, is 8-3. He has really just been the MVP for Peacekeepers on map 2. Just like, he's just finding himself in the right place at the right time, getting these picks and following through on it. I mean, fantastic work by Rushers.
Yeah, he's got to love putting an 8-2 scoreline on his former team's map pick right now.
Oh, I'm sure he's loving that.
They're probably thinking, man, why'd we let that guy go?
I know, right?
Now we move objectives. Go ahead, Wookie. You got this. Go ahead.
Just be cautious of that.
No, I was gonna say exactly the same thing you said.
It's like
now
we're
we
in
changed objectives.
sync.
Yeah, something like that.
Round 5.
I prefer telepathic, but you know.
Well, if we do it with our telepathic, then chat doesn't know what we're, you know,
No,
we
you're right.
have to tell them what we're thinking. Like,
It's true.
I'm picking up what you're putting down all the time, but like, they need to know.
Pushes aggressively, but
Interesting decision here to send Scorpio along that really far south hill, or I guess you could call it a mountain at this point. Well, hopefully that bold move, Cotton. We'll see if it pays off. I don't think it will. You're so exposed up there, and I feel like a lot of teams are just expecting something up there at this point in the game. The meta has really shifted, so we'll see if Peacekeepers' positions allow them to even notice that.
Speaking
If
of
anything,
Peacekeepers' positions,
might be C-Quick.
Nardu's position. I'm actually over here on button, but he's being shot at now by
Ooh.
Nardu from behind the rock. A very uncommon spot, and I wonder if Button's even gonna realize where these shots are coming from. Maybe he's gonna mistake it for Brothel. I didn't hear a call out after being shot at.
You're right. That is a very interesting position.
He did just call Brothel, I believe. So, yeah, maybe like that's very uncommon.
Well, you know, Nardu has tracers, so if anything, Button might be able to, you know, get a good idea of where it's coming from because of those tracers.
Still there. I'm just gonna play time on him.
Yeah.
But be careful. He's trying to find someone.
Button radioing to his teammates, and Scorpio with that elevation advantage might be able to have a shot on Nardu. I gotta fly my camera up there, stand by a trip.
I'm there. It's Scorpio. What gun does Scorpio rocking right now?
he's
SA-80.
got
Yeah,
a-
this is normal
yeah.
loadout.
Yeah.
With no magnification, just the red dot or the hollow. But Scorpio, a very, very good shot with that SA-80. And I wonder, the question is, what kind of call out do you make for that rock? Because like, it itself does not have a call out, right? You're just like a rock between, was it North Brothel, as Edge called it, and
Yeah, I mean,
Orange,
that's pretty.
yeah.
I don't think that's not difficult. And Scorpio's already looking in that direction. He's just trying to move up and scanning for it. But I mean, as soon as Nardu fires again from that position, I'm fairly confident Scorpio is going to light him up and take him out.
Soda putting some shots onto Hoochie, and Sri Lankan in upper dumpster looking for those kills.
Soda finding Hoochie though. Don taking out C-Quick.
And getting into
Scorpio.
that white tower, Dawn now in a very strong position to see Rushers, but Rushers gets the kill instead.
Right?
Sri Lankan taking shots and tries to push out, gets caught by Soda in center hotel. Silent Purge falling short on this attack. They've only got 2 up against 4 Peacekeepers. The callouts from Peacekeepers in center hotel giving away their position. Also, the gunshots might have done that. Not sure. But I'm pretty sure Button now knows that there's 2 there.
I was worried about that
41.
virus taking out Scorpio. Once all the attackers go down on the east and north push, it's pretty much like
Just made sure he's dead.
you're all alone on that west approach, and you don't really have backup. Yeah, stuttering. You finally get picked off usually along the west if you're in a 2v4 situation or something like that, because the defenders have so much room to start looking around and start peeking.
Alrighty, I'm gonna take your spot.
Button
Tough.
can hear all of these callouts, man. He's trying to get these kills. He knows there's 2 people. They're conversing with each other.
Yeah, it's a tough situation for Silent Purge right now. Button has a lot of work cut out for him. Button gonna find virus in just a second here.
He's at hotel upstairs.
90 seconds left on the clock. Button's gonna have to pull a rabbit out of his hat here to finish this round off.
Button does remember where Nardu was. Did just check it from center hotel, and now he's pushing out. Is he gonna find Soda? Knows he has to be in that corner. Does find him. Shots from Nardu missing Button. Button trying to get the refrag. Oh, he clicked. Button has to get a reload.
Finally had to swap out that drum mag. It's not something you find yourself doing that often.
55 seconds left. Nardu now pushing up towards objective, getting more coverage and being able to watch the OBJ. Rusher's also
guess-
there.
Button stealing the enemy's rifle. I guess he might be actually low on ammo. Nardu and Button gonna find each other. Button's gonna be ready for it. Oh, Nardu's ready for it too. And they trade. Peacekeepers taking map 2. A decisive 4-1 victory.
Oh man, if that wasn't a trade and Button had gotten Nardu, Rushers would have been forced to rotate out of that building, and that could have been a triple kill clutch from Button there. But I gotta say, I mean, losing that Volk round in the last objective really did Silent Purge in, because they were on track to just keep winning their Volk rounds and then hope for a Marsoc win. But then they were put in a position where they had to go win this Marsoc round to even stay in this map. That really did them in there. But strong win for Peacekeepers on a map that, you know, I, as well as Silent Purge, expected, you know, a different outcome.
And now we move on to map number 3.
Yeah, I think most people were favoring Peacekeepers to win this matchup here. We had 70 in favor of Peacekeepers versus 19 in favor of Silent Purge, myself included. I really thought Silent Purge would really push Peacekeepers a bit more here, based especially on their performance against beginners. But I think that just goes to show, right? There's just a completely different play style between North American region versus the EU. So it's funny how that, I don't know, that whole dynamic really comes into play here in Button Cup, especially with this new shifting meta of this hyper aggressive style of play. You don't really find that on the EU side of things.
I personally love watching Silent. They're one of my favorite teams. Silent Purge and Boss
I do
Fight,
too.
top 2 EU
Yeah.
teams for me personally to watch. Love playing with those guys. Love watching them. And I think they've got the smart aggression. Beginners as well, also having a scary amount of aggression recently. So not, you know.
Well, that's a meta right now, right? I mean, that's it's what gets you wins on the current version of the game. As you know, each season by season, teams are changing their play style to adapt to the game.
That's what it is all about. Now, This is an NA win, and I think this is only the second Button Cup match that's happened so far. So I'm not sure what the current Button Cup score line is.
This is game 2. Sorry.
Oh no, this is game 4 actually. There were 2 that we missed apparently.
Oh wow. This was the second casted one, I think, at least. The first, yeah, there was one other Button Cup match that was casted, I believe.
And it looks.
Anyways, Silent Purge just rushing down the middle street here, trying to gain foothold against this west objective. Soda and Nardu kind of pushed out, and you know your standard courtyard defense. Scorpio opting to do the prone peek around the corner. I remember when Thunder Pilot would do that to me all the time.
Scorpio likes to stay prone. He's prone, I'd say 70% of the matches. Maybe he's just lazy. Maybe that's what it is. He just doesn't want to stand up. He's gonna see
It's just easier
Soda
to
here.
play that way. Oh, this is where prone kind of is a detriment. You got to get up quick against Soda, who is already actively sprinting around. Soda gonna win that exchange.
The Peacekeepers defense here has shifted towards the north. It's actually very weak on the south. The only one watching that south cross is Nardu, and Soda keeps rotating around. Button looking for a kill there. He can hear the footsteps, but Soda actually trading with him, clearing out kill box. Is the Peacekeepers defense going to change? It looks like it is. Quick moving back towards the south, checking that angle. Rushers gets
43.
one on the north.
It's so interesting. I've seen more and more suppressive weapons being used, but I don't really think that matters on a map like Bazaar, right? I could see it mattering on Sand and maybe Suburbia, but it's, I don't know. It's always interesting to see a suppressor used, especially on defense.
I wonder.
Gucci's talking to himself.
I wonder if it's headset / audio, whatever the preset you have in game. I wonder if it's dependent on that, because if you have like more reverb when you're using the suppressor in enclosed spaces, it changes the reverb pattern. So maybe it diffuses where you're where you sound like you're shooting from, the harder to zero in on your position. It also hides muzzle flash. Sri Lankan obviously not aware that Rushers is there. He goes down as well.
I have noticed that the suppressor does make it very difficult to pinpoint exactly where you're being shot from, which just makes going for that refrag even more difficult, right? And all the information you can get, you could really utilize here. So denying that information of where your position is massive. For a while there, suppressors really didn't mean anything. So it's kind of interesting to see them being more heavily utilized.
You know what the OP play is you run suppressors on night maps. There's 0 muzzle flash, and no one knows where you're shooting at them from. We're gonna see more night maps now. I'm calling it. Premonition.
You know, last time I tried that, I was using the AS Val, and it still had a muzzle flash. So I'm not sure, although that was a few patches ago, so maybe they actually fixed that.
I wonder if because that has the integral suppressor, it doesn't work the same as putting a snap-on suppressor on.
I mean, it should inherently have no muzzle flash, but what do I know? Quick and Hoochie gonna find each other. Oh, Quick going down to Hoochie. Hoochie tries to get the confirm, doesn't pull it off though, so that's gonna be lots of information radioed in by Quick.
Hoochie trying to do his best with the smokes.
Nardu going in for a flank, it looks like. Yes. Gucci already completely repositioned though, and Rushers sees him through the smoke somehow. I'm not sure how he was able to pull that off.
Yeah, I'm not sure on that one. Unless he saw him make the cross to start with and just fired through it.
Totally could have, that's exactly what could have happened.
It could have been a call out from Seaquick as well, that he was there and it's a blind fire from him. But yeah, that kill box by Peacekeepers worked out really well. I think there were 2 trades and then 2 just flat kills. Well played defense. Not very pushed out. I expected they might push out to Kiat. They might get a little aggressive, but they chose not to and kind of forced Silent Purge to clear all of that and just push and take over the courtyard. And they just didn't have the numbers to do so. They were too dwindled by the time they were even in the courtyard.
I want to point out that Quick was making callouts at the end there, but because he had been smoked by Hoochie, he was just calling out footsteps. He didn't know. He was calling out one on me, which was actually Nardu, which was probably confusing Nardu because he's searching for somebody that's not there, and then Quick's like, he's right here, he's right here. So
Well, that's the chaos of the battle. But they had the numbers to not have to worry about it. I mean, it was 4 Peacekeepers up at the end, so they were able to just hold all their angles and take it. But this map is a Silent Purge specialty. This is the map that they can beat just about anybody on. So I'd be scared to play Silent Purge on this map.
Indeed, I would too. They are very good at this map. Don't let this round 1 victory to Peacekeepers sway your thoughts on this, because Silent Purge are very good at this map.
And we're hopping into round number 2. Like we said, Peacekeepers did already take the series, so Silent Purge here just want to minimize that MMR loss.
Indeed, there is MMR in these matchups between North America versus EU, so you got to fight for every point.
Sri
It's more the
Lankan,
line that way.
Sri Lankan on the north wall, missing the crosses from Quick and Virus, but will be in a good spot to get these kills if they keep moving up quickly and hearing the footsteps. Although Sri Lankan's whispering to himself, so like I don't know if that's a great play. He's giving away his position.
Look at Scorpio right now on camera 2. He hears Nardu, but he thinks Nardu's right above him. Sri Lankan finding C-Quick. That's going to shift the focus from Virus towards Sri Lankan. He takes him out too. Rushers, though, with the refrag, completely opening up that northern approach. Uchi does find the head of Nardu as well. Scorpio just kind of in the middle of these 2 offensive players, Rushers and Soto, the 2 remaining members of Peacekeepers against 4 of Silent Purge.
Captain Soda has a laser trained on him. I think they know he's there. Uchi keeps scanning this direction. Rushers on the north coming in through the alley now. Oh, they don't know. Rushers picks up Hoochie. Scorpio comes around the corner and gets him with the refrag. I think he actually shot at a teammate first. Check it out on the replay there. Yeah, he definitely shot south, and there was no enemies to the south. Call outs from Button, keeping Soda trained in on his position. He has to know that Scorpio is there too on the north, even though he's completely exposed through that window. I don't know if he's tunnel visioned or if he just didn't hear it, didn't know what happened.
I think he's tunnel visioned on the sound of those voices. He's got plenty, Soda has plenty of time on the clock now to at least reposition, which is exactly what he's doing. Trying to get an angle on those voices that he heard coming out of Button's position. Scorpio might have a line on Captain Soda, though, as he comes around this hallway, this alleyway, I should say.
He's scanning that north. Is he going to see Scorpio, though? If Scorpio doesn't peek and waits for Button to get engaged or Button to make the call out that he's on me, then Scorpio has a great angle to get this pick.
Well, even if Soda does decide to take out Scorpio, that's a lot of information for Button to work off of. A Scorpio, unfortunately, going to miss Soda as he just crawls his way towards objective. 1 inch at a time. Captain Soda's just moving up closer and closer.
He's watching for those rotations on objective. Dawn putting shots onto dead bodies, confirming them.
Soda still has plenty of time on the clock, still trying to figure out where these defenders might be dug in. He knows Button's position already. He just needs to find a couple of other defenders and take them out as well. But Soda going in for this line on Button. I think Button's gonna find him first. Oh, they just barely miss each other. Soda pushes in the room, takes out Button. Scorpio's there for the refrag. Soda takes Scorpio. Now it's Don Patron versus Soda, but Don's gonna win that engagement. Silent Purge earned themselves a point on map 3.
Some nice picks and rolls from Soda there, getting 1, rotating back into kill box, getting Scorpio as well, and almost getting the triple. Having to heal, he was healing while Dawn started that engagement with him.
It's crazy.
Yeah, that was almost clutch from Soda, and would have been legendary if so. But Sri Lankan opened that up with 2 kills, and then Scorpio with the pro play, shoot at your teammate. The enemy will then shoot at who you shot at. Swing around, get that kill. I mean, that's the 300 IQ play there.
No, yeah, that was a great clutch attempt by Soda. I mean, like you said, he almost had that. I don't know really where Silent Purge went wrong. I mean, they weren't too extended. I think Peacekeeper just found some really good angles and got some really great picks on Silent Purge. I mean, that really came down to the wire there, especially with that north approach completely wide open. Because of the trades, there wasn't an accurate kill count, so Soda didn't know that north approach was wide open. He probably could have snuck in if he took the north route, but that caster vision is 2020, right? We can see everything. They have no information like that unless it's radioed in.
Yeah, I think part of what happened there was that Scorpio was in a position where he couldn't rotate out, and the other 2, I mean, they weren't in position to get refrags for each other. So that kind of led to a setup where they were 3 up, but they were all kind of in 1v1 situations.
Yeah.
And we're moving into round number 3. And the one point I want to make about that approach is we saw Soda be super, super slow and super quiet getting into position. And as soon as he started taking shots, he knew he had to move because, like you said, those refrags are going to happen. He had to get the kill after kill and get out of there. And he did. He did really well. Look at the overhead map here for the defense from Peacekeepers. 3 south of objective, 2 north, a little spread out. Trying to stop the approaches before it makes it to objective, not actually defending on objective.
Bold move, Cotton. We'll see if it pays off here because, as we all know, these teams are very fast cappers. So if anyone does manage to sneak onto objective with such a spread out defense, you could find yourself on the bad end of fast cap.
Yeah, I just wanted to watch that.
Both teams currently, though, can afford such an event.
Button does see Captain, takes the shots, goes for the repeat, but Captain gets the kill.
Rushers and Nardu
Middle street, main street.
shooting. Rushers takes out Scorpio. He's only down, not out, but
Confirmation right there.
yeah.
Soda does make it out of blue room. Now Sri Lankan pushing into the East Bazaar or East Courtyard or whatever you actually call this, trying to engage with Rushers. Rushers also taking him down. Soda getting the immediate confirmation. And Silent Purge down now to 2. 4 minutes left on the clock. Hoochie and Dawn, Main Street.
These two have their work cut out for them. I mean, 5 members of the defense still remaining. Seaquick calling out Don's position already. Not sure how he could hear him from so far away, but nonetheless, he did hear him calling out Don's position. Hopefully, Hoochie can get some type of a frag on someone if there's a defender that gets cocky and goes out for a flank. Don's going to get a smoke thrown out. That's going to cause the defender to rotate around with that information. Seaquick opting to go south a bit.
I think he fell back.
Soda looking for Hoochie. Oh, just barely surviving. Hoochie peeking at the wrong time, but he's waiting for Soda to make this peek again onto the corner.
And Silent Purge still have 3 minutes. They got plenty of time to find some picks. There it is. Hoochie taking out Soda. That's going to cause rushers to look for a refrag. Doesn't find it, though. Hoochie tucking in, making sure he doesn't get caught out by rushers. He takes him out. Seaquick, meanwhile, finds Dawn on the south. So it really is all coming down to Hoochie, who, I mean, he's got 2 picks so far. So now it's a 1v3 situation, but you really need that extra teammate, that battle buddy, to help even the odds.
I disagree. I think this is where Hoochie shines because there are no teammates for him to team kill. And we all know that Hoochie likes to get those TKs. So now he can just shoot anything that moves. And I think this is his prime. This is where he wants to be.
You're absolutely right. Hoochie is fully capable of clutching these kinds of situations. Plus, it's liberating to know that you're the only one up and you can just blast everything.
Any footsteps you hear, enemy. I mean, it's so much easier to track, but is that Nardu at the end there? I think it actually sees him make the cross, and now he's trapped behind the red pickup, trying to get shots on a Nardu, not actually sure where they came from, just shooting in the general direction. Now pushing towards Seaquick's position. Seaquick missing it? Seaquick waiting for a better shot.
That was a great defensive setup by Peacekeepers to, I mean, it was pushed out, like you were saying, Wookie, but they had, this OBJ is open, right? It is kind of out there in the tank. You've got to cross that street, or you've got to approach from the south, or you've got to make the northeast cross. So if you're just defending those crosses, you've got a good defense here. And they, Hoochie in the end there did pick off both north defenders. So then if he had swung northeast potentially and taken out Nardu, then the other 2 defenders have to scramble to defend OBJ. So there was a path there for a comeback and a clutch, but strong defense by them to hold it down, and no unnecessary rotations or extra aggression than it was needed.
Indeed. I mean, after Hoochie got those 2 picks on the northeast, I don't know, I'm trying to put myself in his position, right? And it's like, if you get 2 picks in the northeast, statistically that's probably opening up a pathway for you to go, but the enemy team is waiting and expecting that as well. So it's just a really tough situation.
Yeah, I definitely think I would have got those picks and rotated just like Hoochie did across the middle street. Maybe gone farther back and gone across it like Ice Cream Truck 2-story or something, past center. But depending on the time and what you were trying to get to on the approach, the rotation is the smart play. Also, not having an accurate kill count, I guess, because...
Right. Yeah, that'll definitely impact your thought process on this approach.
Seaquick. Early shots through the concrete packages there. Concrete pallet. And Peacekeepers are just moving up.
Rushers finding Sweden. Button finds Nardu.
Soda's putting smokes on objective and is at blue room already. And waiting for Don to make his rotation. Soda gets him. And they're forcing rotations and getting their kills. Hoochie moving to scaffolding. Rushers finding another kill onto Button. Pucci's called out from Soda.
A lot of smokes coming out by these Peacekeepers. They're sticking together. There's a little three-man push going on in the northeast. Scorpio finds rushers. Pucci takes out Quick in a trade. They go down to each other. Virus goes down to Scorpio. Man, this is getting ugly. Quick, Soda, the last remaining member of Peacekeepers against Scorpios. Scorpio will find the flank of Soda, and Silent Purge go up another point. Are we just trading Volk rounds at this stage?
Scorpio clutching there. You know, honestly, I thought that Soda was gonna, as soon as he put those smokes out, I thought he was just gonna go for it.
I did too, yeah. If only they'd known it was wide open at that time.
That was a great pullback from Silent Purge. I mean, Scorpio with that double there, wow, that was unexpected. I was really surprised in the beginning that Sri Lankan, you know, couldn't get his shots onto the 3 crossing because the smoke coverage wasn't that great in the beginning. I thought there would be early Silent Purge picks there. Didn't happen, but Scorpio and Hoochie pulling it back for Silent Purge there.
Well, Sri Lankan got picked from, check out camera 1. So
wow.
even if he was shooting at the crossers, there's no way you could hit this guy from the south, right? I mean, that's a miracle shot, getting through all the hitboxes of that concrete. Like, it's much easier to shoot through it if you're up against it than it is to shoot. Just like shooting under cars from a distance, it's easier to do it one way than the other.
Right. Well, I mean, we do have a new objective. It's still in the east, that east courtyard. So I imagine we'll see some similar tactics going on. But yeah, I mean, Silent Purge on the attack now. Although we do have a sub by Peacekeepers, Squirfy, coming in to replace, who was that? Nardu, thank you. So I wonder if they're just trying to get some people in to play, or if that's, you know, a swap because a Quest headset might be dying. I'm not sure, but
could be for this objective, maybe. Maybe they have a play for this objective, and
perhaps
this is going with the quick spawn, right? Maybe they have a quick spawn play that they have a lineup for, and who knows? We'll have to watch out.
Right, yeah, we'll have to see.
We won't have to wait to see it much longer as we're hopping into round number 5. Not quick spawn. Sad face. I wonder if they just swapped Squirfy in for a objective specific play here, as he's going to be pushing down North Street. Never mind, he's just going to objective. Nothing special. I was expecting big plays from you, Squirfy. I'm very, very sad now.
It's an interesting defensive setup by Peacekeepers. We have rushers watching south, and they've decided to stick another defender in the northeast. Just watch that north approach. I've never seen 2 defenders in the northeast, but Seaquick taking bullets, getting wounded by Don over here. Gonna have to use that needle. Meanwhile, Button over here just kind of sneaking up. I don't think Rushers is going to be ready for this as he's shifted his focus towards a north push. But there's really 3 attackers of Silent Purge approaching from the south.
Soda in blue room keeps peeking that door. If Button decides he wants to just keep watching that door, he might have an easy pick because that rotation happens pretty frequently. As Soda does it again, you see that laser pan over. It's just going to be who's watching that angle at the right time. There's another screen right there from Soda. Now Button looking at the door. Is he going to hold it long enough to see Soda?
Here it is. Nope. Tree taking out Rushers, though. That's going to shift Soda's focus a little bit, so that at least confirms his bias that there is a attacker coming from that south. I don't think he's gonna check that doorway, knowing that smoke's coming out. Soda is gonna opt instead to peek. Doesn't find anyone just yet.
Button does see Soda, put some shots on it. Quick getting Sri Lankan. Silent Purge doing a good job of encircling this objective. I don't know if Button realizes that Quick is still in this east courtyard with him. Squirfy sees the head of Button on objective and is waiting for a second peek. The peek's there, the shots happen, they don't connect. The call-outs, however, should come out, and Quick should be ready for this kill onto Button. I think Button might have heard some footsteps there.
I can't believe how close this is between Quick and Button. Surely Button heard shots coming from the northeast. No, he does not. Going down to see Quick. Button, unfortunately, not hearing that position.
I have a question. When did this back door to this shed happen, going north? I thought that shed was completely enclosed previously.
I think it was, but it's at one point it did change. Hoochie takes out Virus. Quick takes out Scorpio on the tank. Now it's just Hoochie left alone against 3 defenders here. Scorpio makes quick work of Hoochie.
Scorpy just charging him.
Yeah, that call out from
Man.
Squirfy got them that Button kill. Button had no idea Quick was there, and yeah, I thought Button, or Scorpio had the refrag onto Quick, but just couldn't hit those shots. And then Squirfy with the double on the swing cleans up the west, and yeah, Peacekeepers win it with what, 3 up. Yep, 3 up.
Now looking at the kill feed here, we've got rushers with 8 and 4, still leading the Peacekeepers side. Soda following that up with 7 and 4, and Quick with 6 and 3. Over on Silent Purge, lead scorer is Hoochie with 6 and 5, followed up by Scorpio with 4 and 4.
Yeah, this is really, as someone pointed out in the chat, the season of rock, paper, scissors, right? I mean, Silent Purge able to take out beginners and overcome them and come out on top. The Peacekeepers, man, they are the rock, the Silent Purge is scissors, and they are just crushing them right now on these maps. Peacekeepers already on map point. They are Marsoc, so if Silent Purge can, play a tight defense and lock it down, you should see this going into a round 7 decider. Just a small prediction.
I'm calling it right now. It's going to be a rush from Peacekeepers from quick spawn. This is going to be the most aggressive round we will have seen this entire series.
Mid.
Just going to follow the Peacekeepers in.
We're like going through Bazaar. Let's go.
Yeah, next to the side of Kiev as well.
Wait, I'm going through this Bazaar? Alright.
Yeah, like through the middle. You're supposed
Yeah, I don't like this.
I don't know why.
Peacekeepers did get quick spawn, and they are fully capitalizing. Street down Scorpio in what could be a massive mistake, especially with this rush coming up. And Squirfy team kills Virus, so hey, everything is balanced as all things should be.
Squirfy now pushing up. He's on the south end of the east block. Smoke's rolling into the courtyard. Now they're waiting. Peacekeepers waiting for rotation. Sri Lanka comes up. Squirfy takes him down.
Quick on objective right now.
He gets Dawn on objective. Objective is open. Scorpio rotating back through the smoke. Quick's got tablet out. Scorpio sees him. He's pushing up. Hoochie gets Soda on the north side. Scorpio pushes Quick and takes him out. Clears objective. Rusher's now rotating in. Scorpio comes around from wow. Depth from above.
Wow. What a round. That's all I could say. That was over in about 60 seconds. Oh my gosh.
Incredible by Scorpio. Oh man. That swing to kill the capper and then get the refrag.
Yeah, and Hoochie being in the right place at the right time, that north, just taking out not Nardu, but I can't remember who it was, but that all just came together so well for Silent Purge there at the end, and now they are on the Marsoc push for this round 7. I mean, new objective and everything. Oh Oh my goodness. This is like, I'm on the edge of my seat right now for this map 3.
Yes.
Yeah, how will Silent Purge push this? I mean, if they do get quick spawn, are they going to opt for aggression, or are they going to opt for some slower, more methodical play? I don't know. Oh, we switch objectives, but
I
question
want to
stands.
say,
Are they going to be aggressive, or are they going to be methodical?
I wanted to say because I think Silent Purge plays differently based on their lineup. And Malno not on the active roster, I think moves them towards the slower end of their approach, their more methodical approaches, with Button and Scorpio being more methodical players. If we had Malno, I would just assume just some mad dash across the street, and you know. But it also depends on the spawns. I do know I used to prefer west spawn on this objective, but I think now I actually prefer the east, which is what they're going to have as we hop into the final round of the final map. Because you can make it across the street now. The tank blocks a lot of the pre-fire lanes that used to be there. So it used to be you would have to smoke and pray that your smokes were good and make the cross and just blind fire. But I think now it's much easier to make those crosses. Smaller gaps, at least. The pre-fire is there. Don just running across. He does make it. Button also making it. C-Quick in the far, far west makes it north, and he's going to go on a flank.
Uchi finds ahead of Quick. That flank doesn't pan out.
A little too aggressive there, Wookie, but Scorpio does get... Oh, he's on objective.
He's on objective. He's capping.
He...
Scorpio, don't pull a mono cap, Scorpio. I mean, the world is watching.
Scorpio not pushing him. And Soda unaware.
Right next to Scorpio. Huge play.
Wow.
By Scorpio. Wow.
The call was
How
there.
did he get there?
He came in from 2-story, across the street from Killbox, came in from 2-story, and got those 2 points. He killed somebody on objective. And then...
Yeah, I think the smokes in the east caused a lot of chaos, because there was, I think, 4, if not 5 smokes, but only 2... Was it 3? Maybe 3 of Silent Purge pushing the east. So C-Quick's aggression didn't pay off because Hoochie was there waiting for him. And then I guess Scorpio was able to come in from the west once C-Quick was down, kill the guy on objective, and there was no adjustments being made onto that crazy cap to finish off. Crazy map.
And I will say, I think that's... I'm not going to put it all on. Yeah, I am. It's Scorpio's fault. Soda was watching his angle. Scorpio heard the call, and it looked like he moved into objective building, but then he didn't continue into... He didn't check the corner where you can get the cap. So I wonder if there was something miscommunicated there, or maybe he thought Soda had it covered, or he didn't realize that you can cap from inside there. But it cost them 2 points, and the final scoreline here, 11-7. Peacekeepers taking the first 2 maps and the win, putting the Button Cup at 2 for NA and 2 for Europe. So tied up, 6 matches left. No, 5 matches left. And the next one will be... The next casted one will be tomorrow. Wookie here is playing in it. Beginner's Mayhem in venues, so we'll be right back here, same spot, same time, and it should be a good one. Not sure who I will have replacing Wookie, as nobody can really replace Wookie as my co-caster, but I might just have to solo it because we can't replace this. But that's it.
No, but you'll find someone. Maybe it's Noman, maybe it's Nightfire. I'm highly replaceable.
And I want to give a shout out to our sponsors: ProTube VR, VR Cover, B-Haptics, HyperX, Rebuff Reality, Cyber Shoes, Arma GG, VRware, Asterion, and Fix Gaming. Shout out to Venues for giving us this awesome venue. Haha, that's where the name comes from.
See what you did there.
If you haven't checked it out, if you're watching this on Twitch, I highly recommend trying it. If you have a quest, hopping in, you can hang out with your friends. It's a great viewing experience. And we'll be back tomorrow. Any last thoughts on the match?
I mean, fantastic match today, honestly, between these two teams. Silent Purge, you could tell, played their heart out. So did Peacekeepers, and I mean, Peacekeepers made some really strong plays, and Silent Purge really, I feel like, brought it back on map 3, and I would have liked to see that come in a little sooner, maybe on map 2. Definitely felt like they lost their mojo at first on USS Quest, and that may have mentally gotten in their heads, but Silent Purge did play a great game today, and so did Peacekeepers. So I was entertained.
I actually want to bring up a point you made there. I wonder if was it Button that came in on map 2 for Malno. I wonder if he was warmed up, or if they cold swapped him in for a longer range map, and then you got to have some time to warm up, and that's what happened on map number 2, because we saw some great plays, like you said, on map number 3. So maybe that's the thing. And if you're hot swapping players, make sure they're actually hot. You want them either playing gun game or something. You want them ready to go, not just sitting and waiting, because that cooldown is not good for their reaction time. But I think that's it.
Absolutely.
Oh, go ahead, Etch.
We talked about how this is Silent Purge's strongest map, so, they're deadly on this map. So, warning to anybody who wants to play him on it, pick Bazaar at your own risk.
It was a very epic cap, I gotta admit. Very well played by Silent Purge. That'll do it for me. How about you, Trip?
I think that's it. I'm going to run this awesome highlight reel that we should have, and we'll see you next time. I'm your host, Trip. This is my co-caster, Wookie, and on the analyst desk, we have Etch, and we will see you all next time. Rushers gets
Not
flossy.
looking. Nice crash on objective by Peacekeepers, taking out the last attacker. Hoochie finally killing C-Quick. Soda and Hoochie end up trading. They're only down though. Scorpio comes for the swing and takes. Flashes do come out from Virus. It's an offensive defense player. Wow, I could have worded that better. Oh, Nardu gonna find a Nardu. Meanwhile, Don Patron over here going up against Virus and Captain Soda. Oh, Flossie just nails Nardu. Is that a shotgun?
Nardu.
Virus pops out in that forward defensive position. Is Sri Lankan going to be ready for it? Walks right past Virus. Oh, and Sri Lankan takes him out.
For some footsteps.
Oh, Quick and Flossie just
Down to Virus. Scorpio still here.
Sequel. Oh, Sequick was ready for that. Don Patron better be ready for Sequick. Oh, he's not. Yes, I take it back. He is. Button pushing Nardu's position is going to get taken out by rushers. So Scorpio's going for that refrag on West Street. Finds it. Now it's all down to Sequick and Scorpio. Sequick out in the distance. Then he finds it. Beautiful headshot. That opens up Scorpio to come in and get him. Button smoking out Sequick's position. That was a very smart play. Oh, but Rushers finds him.
The OBJ. Rushers also there.
Button stealing the enemy's rifle. I guess he might be actually low on ammo. Nardu and Button gonna find each other. Button's gonna be ready for it. Oh, Nardu's ready for it.
Maybe he's just lazy. Maybe that's what it is. He just doesn't want to stand up. He's gonna
It's
see
just easier
Soda
to
here.
play that way. Oh, this is where prone kind of is a detriment. You got to get up quick against Soda, who is
Trying to do his best with the smokes.
Nardu going in for a flank. It looks like, yes. Gucci already completely repositioned though, and Rushers sees him through the. Look at Scorpio right now on camera 2. He hears Nardu, but he thinks Nardu's right above him. Sri Lankan finding C-Quick. That's gonna shift the focus from Virus towards Sri Lankan. He takes.
Rushers picks up Hoochie. Scorpio comes around the corner and gets him with the refrag. I think he actually shot at a...
This line on Button. I think Button's gonna find him first. Oh, they just barely miss each other. Soda pushes in the room, takes out Button. Scorpio's there for the refrag. Soda takes Scorpio. Both teams currently, though, can afford such an event.
Button does see Captain, takes the shots, goes for the repeat, but Captain gets the kill.
Members of the defense still remaining. Quick calling out Don's position already. Not sure how he three-man push going on in the northeast. Scorpio finds Rushers. Gucci takes out Quick in a trade. They go down to each other. Virus goes down to... Can't believe how close this is between Quick and Button. Surely Button heard shots coming from the northeast. No, he does not. Going
On the south end of the east block. Smoke's rolling into the courtyard. Now they're waiting. Peacekeepers waiting for rotation. Sri Lanka comes up. Scorpio takes him down. Pull it out. Scorpio sees him. He's pushing up. Hoochie gets Soda on the north side. Scorpio pushes Quick and takes him out. Clears objective. Rushers now rotating in. Scorpio comes around from... Wow. Depth from above.
He's capping. Scorpio... Don't pull a mono cap, Scorpio.
I mean,
the world is watching.
Scorpio not
There
pushing
it
him.
is.
And Soda unaware.
Right next